Hi friends, welcome to the Unit 3 Day 4 notes. This one's going to focus on graphing polynomial functions. With the graphing of polynomial functions, we have essentially some different characteristics that can occur with the graphs. We're going to focus on just some overall arching characteristics and then get into some specific details. With this specific example, this on the very beginning page of your notes, it talks about the graph of x minus 2, so that's the linear part, and then the quadratic x plus 1 quantity squared. Both of these are polynomials because they are smooth and continuous, and this is talking about the shape of the graph. This, just to note that these would go on forever in those directions as well. The graph of f of x crosses, so we cross the x-axis at 2, 0. However, the graph of g of x, we would say bounces at the x-intercept of -1, 0. Now we're going to talk about both of these graphs if we combine them. So now we're talking about p of x, and then we have x plus 1 quantity squared and x minus 2. This new graph has the characteristics of both in a way. So we still have that part where we have the crossing the x-axis here, and then we bounce here at -1, 0, and then crossing or intersecting at 2, 0. So these kind of ideas happen because of the power or the degree of this particular polynomial. So we're going to find some defining characteristics about these graphs and kind of how these interact. So notice that this graph here, this is a cubic. And the cubic has some of the characteristics of this linear graph and then this quadratic or the second degree graph as well. So it kind of combines parts of both. The combined graph is a polynomial, and it's a smooth continuous curve. A polynomial function p of x of degree n will have at most n minus 1 turning points. Similarly, if the graph has n minus 1 turning points, then the degree of p of x is at least n. So those go both ways. We're going to join me in the next video as we talk about, example 1, identifying polynomial graphs, determining whether or not they are polynomials, and if so, we'll talk about the number of zeros, and then listing the least possible degree, and so on. So, see you then.